Is the Chewbacca version of your SP sitting there in your 3D reality chilling like a villain instead of conforming? If you want to know what to do about that, then stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to another rousing episode of Spill the Tea Tuesday. My name is Flossie and I'm like the funniest, wittiest mindset coach as well as your OG hype you up rampage queen here on YouTube. If you would like one-on-one coaching with me, links are in the description box below. I'm actually having a sale on the half-hour and 45-minute calls as well as I extended my vacation sale. Why? Because everybody liked getting the courses. So if you would like to do that, there's a few days left on there. Links will also be in the description box below for the VIP group. VIP is the place to be. It's lit, legit. People are getting their shiznit. We had a great time in there today, laughing and carrying on. And I talk about a lot of things in that group that I will not talk about on here. So if you'd like to know more about me and my journey, as well as how I manifest, that might be a place that you can check out. So, you know I love my calendar, so we're going to do that real quick. This says, no one ever actually taught me how to do fucking taxes. Well, it is tax day here in the US, and that's why I'm having a tax day sale. Other than that, don't care. This says, fuck those April showers. Well, you know, negative Millies, not in my reality. This says everything is fucking fine. Yeah, that is what we tell ourselves every day. Why? Because we're the operant powers of our realities. We can have anything that we want, because manifesting is actually not some serious shit. It's actually really easy to do. The 3D is just an illusion, as we know. And we do what? We keep our head in the fucking clouds because we decide how our 3D reality is going to go. And this just for funsies says, pet all the fucking dogs, all of them. Yeah, a lot of us like doggies. But at any rate, I thought I would show this to you guys. Look what I found. I found cotton candy that has my name on it in this cool little store in downtown Portland. But I guess there's a Flossie brand of cotton candy. But that's another, Flossie is another name for cotton candy in the United Kingdom. Little fun thing that I found. But if you want to know what inspired today's video, then let me go ahead and show you what I found. You see this? This is Chewbacca sitting there chilling like a villain. Like everything's Gucci. And just so that you guys know, I got these. I guess he's got a whole bunch of Star Wars items. It's kylesgallery.com. He's got a whole bunch of amusing things, but I picked that up. Chewbacca chilling like a villain. And, oh, by the way, I'm going to have another boot camp. I'm going to have it on May the 4th, which is kind of funny, of May the 4th be with you, because I often refer to the unpreferred, undesirable version of SP as Chewbacca. And so that is also kind of funny. But anyway, if you want to do the next boot camp where I have accountability, there's live classes and a bunch of worksheets to help you get clear. A lot of people like the accountability portion. I usually bundle it with being part of the VIP group and a call. But that'll be upcoming, and I'll have details on that soon after I finish creating the new course. But anyway, is your SP the undesirable version of Chewbacca, chilling like a villain in your 3D reality and doesn't appear to be conforming? Well, if you're encountering that, first of all, we need to go over a little bit about free will. In fact, if I have time, I might link my video up here that talks about that there is no free will. But I've been encountering a lot with clients lately about how they're saying that, you know, SP's not conforming, SP's not doing what they want, you know, SP doesn't want to do this, SP doesn't want to move, SP doesn't want to be in a relationship, SP's saying that they're stubborn, like all these things. And I have to kind of be like, oh, hey, hold up, back up the train. First of all, you see this? This is Owl Trash Can, who's full of a bunch of crap. Well, that is where that type of thinking needs to go, is literally in the Owl Trash Can. Why? Your specific person doesn't have the free will to reject you. They don't have the free will to say that they don't want to be with you. They don't have the free will to tell you that they don't want to do XYZ, or that XYZ is going to happen if it's not in line with what you want to experience. Because at the end of the day, you literally are the operant power of your reality, and you can have anything that you want. Your specific person is just part of your 3D reality. It's essentially one of your manifestations. If your specific person is chilling like a villain, acting like everything's Gucci in your 3D reality, but they're showing up as the unpreferred Chewbacca version, it's up to you to change your dominant thoughts and assumptions so that that person can conform and be the version that you want. I'm making this video because so many of my clients recently are just talking about this topic of, you know, SP says this and SP does that, and they talk about it like it's not something that can be, I don't like to use the word changed, because when we use the word change, we're actually thinking that we have to change that person, which actually isn't true. We change ourselves and the 3D reality conforms, but you know, they're talking about their specific person like they can't get a different version, like that's the only version that exists, and whatever the SP says goes. Whatever the SP says does not the fuck go. Not in my reality. Like, back up the train. What any SP says isn't necessarily how it has to go. Why? Because you're the operant power of your reality, and you can do have anything that you want. And that includes your specific person. So the first thing that you need to do is deal with the concept within yourself that they have free will. They don't have free will. You can't even really give them free will. Why? Because everything is based on your assumptions. So if your SP appears like they're rejecting you, it's because you have the assumption that they're going to reject you. If it seems like that they're choosing to do whatever that they want to do, sorry, tongue-tied. I should probably link my video up here about it's your assumption. If someone is saying, you know, that they're always doing the opposite of what you want, or they're always seeming to do what they want to do, it's your assumption about that person that has it seem that way. They don't actually have the free will to reject you. If you're wanting to change your mindset about free will and have your 3D reality reflect that back to you, you can always affirm, I'm the God of my reality. I'm the only one with free will. Everyone must do as I choose to think and assume. There's no exceptions or exclusions. Maybe you have those inner conversations with yourself where you remind you that there are no exceptions or exclusions to your desires, that everyone and everything must conform. It's literally spiritual law. It's not something that they can get out of. You're the only one that can choose your thoughts, which is why you're the only one that has free will. And one of the bottom line, you know, things about law of assumption is whatever you choose to have your dominant thought or assumption about is what you experience in your 3D reality, which means people don't have free will because they must show up as you choose to think and assume, which means no free will. So if they're chilling like a villain in your 3D reality, you know, putting stuff on you, putting it in your face, throwing it in your face of like, this is how it is. We're not going to be together. I don't love you. I don't want to talk to you, XYZ. This individual doesn't have free will. They can't be sitting there chilling like a villain. You need to get control over your mindset, your dominant thoughts about that person so that your 3D reality can conform. Because nobody wants to deal with Chewbacca. We all want the dude or chick from 50 Shades of Grey, which is the other part of the analogy. I'm not going to get into the entire analogy in this video, but you know, the SP being desirable version is the dude or chick from 50 Shades of Grey. You can have the dude or chick from 50 Shades of Grey and not be dealing with Chewbacca with his snarling, carrying on, acting a fool, shedding, whatever in your 3D reality. So how do you get your SP to conform? There's multiple ways. Thing number one, I would recreate them personally. I would get out a sheet of paper. I would decide what I wanted them to be. I would list all the qualities of them that I've liked about them at some point. Then I would think of the qualities that I don't like and then write its polar opposite. And then I would look at that list and see if it's complete. And if it's not, I would add whatever other qualities that I would want to experience with this person that I was having a relationship with. And then I would just affirm SP's perfection, or SP's thriving, or SP's a perfect version of themselves, or SP's everything I've ever wanted and our relationship is perfect. Something like that, like SP's perfection, period. SP's absolutely everything I've ever wanted him or her to be. That's one thing. The other thing is, you know I've talked about it before. I'll talk about it again. You can do the FU letter / resistance letter. I know that Coach Nikki is one who talked about that frequently. I do it a little bit different than her though. So with the FU letter, I write everything I want to say to that person's face with no social niceties, no repercussions. I write how I feel at the time now, or how I, felt whenever anything happened. So it's how I feel now or how I felt before. And then I write how I feel about manifesting it. I actually take responsibility for my unintentional manifestation, and then I destroy it. And then I followed up with a command letter. I'll probably link that video here so that you can have a lengthier explanation, but basically I write them a command letter for them to do what I want them to do as if they're already doing it. I've said it before and I said it again. When I use the FU letter followed up by the command letter in my 3D reality, it zaps people like a lightning bolt. I get people to conform very quickly by using that tool. I don't know why sometimes people have so much resistance to writing the resistance letter. Like, it helps you to get rid of resistance. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to want to cuss that person out. It's literally to help you get rid of any resistance associated with the old version, the old story, what you've been experiencing in the 3D reality. Why? So you can affirm and persist easier. It's just so effective, and it's been so effective for my clients. That's why I talk about it all the time, not because I can't talk about anything else. And then I talked to you about recreating your SP, but once you recreate them, if you choose to do so, or if you choose to, have affirmations about however it is that you want them to be, you have to see them as that version only. You cannot accept the old version. You cannot accept the Chewbacca who's chilling like a villain. So when you see Chewbacca chilling like a villain, you need to be revising on the spot, or you need to be affirming. If they say something to you that you don't like in the 3D that's Chewbacca-like, then you change it to what you would have wanted to hear. If they are not being kind to you in the 3D, then you can start affirming right then and there about how amazing they are and how they're perfection and how they're being the perfect version, and then use whatever other tools that you need. But a lot of the times what I notice people are doing is they are expecting their specific person to show up as this Chewbacca version. They're expecting them to be stubborn. They're expecting them to tell them no. They're expecting them to be unpleasant, say, I don't want to be with you. Whatever that it is that they've been experiencing, they keep expecting that. I've literally had clients recently argue with me, well, SP literally is so stubborn, or SP said that they never wanted to be with me, or they, don't ever want this relationship, or they're putting all these conditions on the relationship, and they're saying that they'll only be with me under these conditions. Who is the operant power? Is it you, or is it Chewbacca? Is it Chewbacca or you? I say that it's you. I say that you're the one who's the operant power, who can be, do, have anything that you want, who can choose your thoughts, your assumptions, what you're going to think about SP, what SP is going to conform to. Not SP, they're not the operant power in your reality. Do they choose your thoughts? No, they do not. Do they get in your brain and tell you what you're going to think? No, they do not. You're the one who has the control and the power to think what you want and to literally have your 3D reality conform to anything that you desire, because as we know, when you desire something, creation's already finished. You just have to become the version of you that has it. So stop, giving them free will, which I actually don't think you can give anybody free will. I think that you can be like, oh, they have free will, and so they're doing whatever they want. And so that way it appears that way. But at the end of the day, whether, even if you could hypothetically give them free will, it would still be your assumption, which means you could take their assumption and supposedly take their free will away. So they don't actually ever get free will, period. It's all your assumptions, facts. So stop expecting them to show up how you don't want. Stop trying to act like they have free will when they don't have it. And then, stop seeing your SP as this stubborn person who refuses to change. They're either flexible and easygoing now because you're seeing them as a different version, or you're using the stubbornness in your favor. SP is so stubborn that they literally don't want to be with anybody but me, period. They refuse to not be in a relationship with me because they're so stubborn and I'm the only person that they want. So you could create some crazy ass affirmation around their stubbornness and have their stubbornness work for you. But at the end of the day, whatever you want your SP to be, that person can be. Stop accepting this by accepting this as normality, thinking that's the way it is, thinking the SP will never be anything different, and literally expecting that. If you're expecting this and you're thinking SP is going to be like this, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get more of this, because that's literally your dominant thought about your specific person. If you've decided that you've had enough of Chewbacca chilling like a villain, snarling in your 3D reality, telling you the way that they think it's going to be when they're not even the operant power, then decide to empower yourself by recreating them. Affirm for the version that you want. Affirm for the thorn in your side, the thing that bothers you the most about your relationship. I'll probably link that video here too. But use the tools in your toolkit, the affirming, the recreating them, having the version that you want, only seeing them as that version, revising on the spot, not accepting that old version. The old version shows up, don't accept it. Revise on the spot, reject it on the spot, reject it mentally. And you keep doing that, and you're going to see this go away. They won't be chilling like a villain, sitting up in your 3D reality, acting like they're doing whatever they want, when, like, they own the place, when it's literally your own reality. Get control of your own reality by getting control of your mind and recognizing that they don't have the free will to reject you or to act like they're rejecting you or to act like Chewbacca anymore. It's you, your assumptions, what you choose to think, and then persist in your new thoughts and assumptions that you're forming until it's reflected back to you and hardened into fact. That's what you're going to do. Get rid of this Chewbacca chilling like a villain. You should be chilling like a villain while your 3D reality is conforming, knowing that you're powerful as fuck because you fucking said so. Period. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. So until next week, I guess I'll talk to you later. Bye.